It's time to wake up San Gabriel Valley with CCN Sunrise.
Good morning, everybody. So glad you're with us here on CCN Sunrise. I'm Joseph C. Phillips here with my partner in crime, the lovely Mary Winters.
Wedding bells today.
Wedding
right?
bells. We have got a terrific show for you today. Mary, our friend Crystal Armstrong is here from Strong Event Planning. Segment star Cheryl Ballman is here with Ivan Lai, and cruise planners on honeymoon planning. Jean Preciado is here with Majestic Design. She's going to talk flowers.
And then we have somebody who's coming to do some cooking or show us how to do a rehearsal dinner, and that is Chef Kevin from Little Lily's Kitchen. Say that fast 5 times.
You got it.
And then we also have a little fashion show that we're doing with Friar Tux, and we have Unique Bridal here. Yeah. So it's all coming down today.
Yeah. Everything bridal is here today.
Yes.
Now, this is a very good topic for you.
It is. It's timely.
Timely, because you are planning a wedding.
Not for me, but for my daughter.
Mary is still single and ready to mingle.
Yeah. So yeah, my daughter's getting married next month. So Loa will actually be replacing me that day, June 19th. And
you've been planning her wedding.
Well, she's been really planning the wedding, but I've obviously been very, integral part in that process, and it's stressful. And I love the fact that we have our wedding planner here because she shows you how to take some of that pressure off and how she will coordinate some of those things. And
what's been the worst thing that's happened?
I still don't have the rehearsal dinner figured out yet. And it's in San Diego, so I have to figure that. That's going to be hard for me.
Well, we've got Kevin Irvin here with the Sunrise Food segment, so that's going to be helpful for you.
I'm going to be leaning on him big time.
But before we get to that, it's time for news. No. Oh, they have pictures of my wedding.
Oh!
They don't want me to go to news.
Oh.
Okay, that's actually
how long ago were you
when
married?
we renewed our vows.
Oh, okay.
So that's not my original wedding. That's my wife. And don't tell her that. I hated her hair. That's our original wedding picture. You can see I was several pounds lighter.
How many years ago was that?
21,
20?
Almost 22 years.
Oh my, that's a wonderful long marriage so far, and I hope many more years.
Thank you so much. Yes. I think everybody should renew every 5 years. It's like a contract. Get your contract renewed.
You know what? Marriages and relationships, long-term relationships, have challenges, and I think it just reminds you of how important the other person is to you, and that you can get by those hurdles. I think that's I think you should. I'll be there for your next one.
Okay. Before we get to all the fun, it's time for, and Jesse is definitely fun, it's time for news with CCN's own Jesse Mogul. Jesse?
And now, CCN Crown City News. Your news, your neighborhood starts right now.
Good morning, Joseph and Mary. Here's what's making news right here in the San Gabriel Valley. Police say an elementary school-age boy told his mom that he was recently raped at the Pasadena Aquatic Center. They now have the suspect in custody. Police say that on May 18th, that a man had raped him in the dressing room area of the Rose Bowl Aquatic Center. She told Rose Bowl staff immediately, who recognized the suspect as a regular at the swimming pools. Staff called police and notified the lifeguards who followed the man. Police say the suspect is 57-year-old Leslie Dittert of Glendale. Police arrested him and booked him at the Pasadena jail and presented the case to the LA County District Attorney's Office. No charges have been filed against him, and he was released from custody Thursday afternoon. But police say they're continuing the investigation. They're asking any other possible victims who may have had inappropriate contact with Leslie Dittert to call Pasadena Police Detective Monica Couillard at 626-744-7128 or the Pasadena Police Dispatch non-emergency number at 626-744-4241. You can also report information anonymously at the LACrimeStoppers.com, keyword Pasadena. Detective Couillard at the Pasadena Police Department can be contacted Tuesday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. A new device may have revolutionized healthcare services for those who might be at risk of HIV. As CCN's Tony Mead reports, the researchers and scientists at Oak Crest Institute of Science say they may have found a major breakthrough in HIV prevention.
Hi, I'm Tony Mead with CCN. I'm here at Oak Crest Institute of Science, where they provided me with a lab coat and gloves to take a close look at a device that they developed that may be a major breakthrough in HIV prevention.
At this moment, the greatest risk of contracting HIV occurs in sub-Saharan Africa, where we estimate around 7,000 people a day become infected with HIV. So these are staggering proportions.
Dr. Mark Baum, president and founder of Oakcrest Institute of Science in Pasadena, and a team of researchers and scientists has spent more than 10 years developing and researching a device they say could revolutionize the prevention and treatment of HIV. The Institute recently received a $20 million grant to stop HIV in its tracks. Baum says he works in prevention because of the options available to keep the infection from happening.
We started off looking at mother-to-child prevention. This is preventing infants from contracting HIV from the breast milk of their mothers. These are all for sub-Saharan Africa. And we've worked on vaginal rings to prevent HIV infection in women, obviously. Again, looking at the developing world, and more recently, we've been working on implantable devices.
Dr. Baum says here at Oakcrest, the team works together and learns from each other. They've developed this match-like device that they say has successfully delivered a controlled, sustained release of antiretroviral, or ARV, drugs for up to 40 days in a small animal study. They used beagle dogs and found that the canines had no adverse side effects. Scientists here say the plan is to design the tiny device to work long-term.
We have developed a very small matchstick-sized device that can be implanted kind of like a contraceptive implant underneath the upper arm. A very easy procedure to implant and remove. And we hope that we can develop this product to actually confer 1 year of protection from a single device.
The device is about 4 centimeters long, and it's made of silicone and PVA coated. It has a couple of release windows that would remove the drug that's packed inside the device from inside into the animal model.
The team is still working on the prototype. Their plan is to develop the device for FDA approval. Baum says, unfortunately, they have to keep using animals for these studies for the next few years. He says although results have been extremely successful with dogs, they need to take a few more steps before they can begin testing the product on humans.
Once we've reached that milestone, we can go to the FDA and start doing studies in people. And that should be then going relatively quickly because we're using a package that has components that already are FDA approved. So the drug is close to being FDA approved, and the polymers and materials that we're using are all FDA approved.
To stay current with Oakcrest news and events, visit their website at oak-crest.org. In Pasadena, Tony Mead, CCN.
Well, that's some amazing news, Tony. It looks like they're making some great breakthroughs in HIV prevention out there. About 100 businesses showed up at the San Gabriel Hilton Hotel this past Wednesday evening to let people know about their products and services. As always, CCN was there too. At the expo, CCN's own Robert Bethea explained to vendors and visitors how CCN and CCN Sunrise provide news and information for our local communities. The San Gabriel Chamber's Executive Director Sandy Roscoe and members of the nonprofit organization put the event together, which brought out more than 700 people to see what a local and LA-based businesses had to offer. The theme was Send Your Businesses Soaring at the 10th Annual Business Expo. It will be out of this world. Restaurants provided lots of free samples and their cuisine and desserts, and plenty of entertainment took place, including the soothing sounds of DJ JD.
What is your favorite part about the expo?
The favorite part of the expo is meeting people like you and other like-minded entrepreneurs that are running businesses that offer incredible products. You know, it's incredible to be able to fellowship with these folks because I can relate to them. We can relate to each other.
The San Gabriel Chamber has tons of events going on, as most chambers do, including networking events and mixers. And Sandy is always happy to talk about them. Visit our website, crowncitynews.com, to connect with the San Gabriel Chamber's website. It's a mission that most troops have probably never gone on, but it was designed to wage war on the sweet tooth of the homeless and hospitalized veterans. Operation Cookie took place Wednesday, May 20th at the Women's City Club of South Pasadena. The event, also known as Cookies by the Thousands, and organized by City Club members, invited the local community to donate the sweets to VA hospital patients in spinal cord injury facilities, general and post-surgical facilities, nursing and convalescent and hospice care facilities, and psychological care units. The group hoped to raise more than 30,000 cookies, which were also sent to homeless veterans served by the VA and to the Wounded Warriors Battalion at Camp Pendleton. Last year, That many cookies went out to about 2,000 hospitalized and homeless vets. Mary and Joseph, by my count, that's about 300 cookies each. Me want cookie.
Thank you, Jesse.
That was kind of neat, actually.
Me want cookie.
Like Cookie Monsters. on the
Listen,
set.
Jesse, you're not married, are you?
I am not.
Is there someone waiting in the wings?
No.
There actually are. There are two models who are going to be modeling gowns for us on our own CCN catwalk. And that's with Friar Tux and Unique Bridal.
Exactly, it's exciting. But first we have Crystal Armstrong from Armstrong Events Planning, and she's going to show us how to plan that special day next.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
I think someone at my friend's school has this thing called autism. My friend's brother's son has autism. My neighbor's son has autism. My son has autism.
Autism is getting closer to home. Today, 1 in 68 children is diagnosed with autism. That's about a 30% increase in 2 years. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
Yes, I am. Give it to him hard. No.
Every day, kids witness bullying.
Why you stab me with it? No.
They want to help,
Ow.
but don't know how.
Oh, you
Teach your kids how to be more than a bystander. Visit stopbullying.gov.
Planning a wedding with my daughter for over 100 people has been really kind of stressful, and so I can see the importance of your role as the event planner. So what should I expect from our event planner at the wedding?
We want everybody to know, first of all, before Crystal Armstrong.
I'm sorry,
here,
didn't even.
our
Yeah,
friend,
exactly.
Event planner Crystal Armstrong from Strong Events is here, and she's going to exactly tell you how to go about planning your wedding without all the stress
Just
and
jumped right
how to
in.
handle
I
that
wanna
workload. We're excited. We're excited.
I'm excited to be here.
Thanks.
Be here. But you need to have your event planner in early to take off some of the stress that you're putting on yourself when things could be much easy.
Is that the first
easier.
call that a new bride should make, is to her event planner? I mean, after she calls her
Well,
mother.
well, she has to tell her parents first, and then yes, call an event planner, interview some event planners to see who's a right fit for you, who can see your vision, because the event planner has to see what's in your head.
I don't think we would have even planned on having an event planner, with the exception of the fact the hotel is forcing us to. They require us to have an event planner.
Now, is this unusual that a hotel will require that, not want to work with a family member? But
well, because event planners can speak their language, and it's easier to have a buffer between the parents, especially sometimes. No offense, mother of the bride.
The MOB
mother of the
here.
bride, yes, mother of the bride can come off aggressive sometimes. So it's just a nice buffer for the hotel or any venue to deal with an event planner versus the actual bride or the mother of the bride.
now, you were recently married. Did you have an event planner?
You know, I brought an event planner in a little later because I thought, well, it's my wedding. I'm an event planner. I'm going to have fun. It's going to be great. No, it was actually stressful, and I wish I'd brought somebody in earlier.
It's like me planning my parents' planning as seniors. You do have to kind of step back.
Yes.
So tell me, what are the most important things that day that the event planner should really be on top of?
The day of the wedding? Mm-hmm. Well, the event planner has to definitely be on top of the bride, most of all, because the bride, she'll get lost in the moment. She won't remember much. So the day of,
I know that's true.
Yeah, the day of, you have to make sure that the bride is taking in moments. Stop her for a second. Look at this. Take this in. You know, and sometimes you also have to take the bride and pull her aside and allow her to eat. You have to really focus in on the bride.
The event planner is kind of the director of the event.
Yes.
Before we go, I want to get to the money. For brides on a budget, if you can just very quickly tell us, what are some things that a bride on a budget, some tricks they can use to get some nice things without spending a lot of money?
Use who you know. You know a DJ, ask your friend to DJ. You know a florist, ask your friend to do the flowers. And actually that will also give them the opportunity to feel like they're a part of your wedding. So that's how you cut your finances down a little bit by using who you know.
And people like that. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Crystal.
Here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, a lot of good information.
Definitely, very good information. So what do we have on next? What's going on next?
Well, Jean Preciado with Majestic Design is going to be here. Talk about floral arrangements.
I saw she had sweet peas out there too.
Yes, for your tables and all kinds of decorations, and of course the bridal bouquet. That's coming up next.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
What do you think it would be like to teach? Chances are, you have no idea. Teachers today are breaking down obstacles, finding innovative ways to instill old lessons, proving that greatness can be found in everyday places, and that you don't need to be famous to be unforgettable.
The next 30 seconds can save you a lot of money. Just do your laundry in cold and stick to full loads. Auto-sleep your computers. Plug your gadgets in a power strip and switch it off when you're done. Headed out? Turn back your thermostat by 10 degrees. And drive sensibly. The more energy you save, the more money you save. Find other great tips at energysaver.gov.
I wish I was in school. If only I had a math test today. I'll stay after class. I'll clean the chalkboard. I wish I was in school.
School ends, but free lunches for your kids don't have to. Find your local food bank at feedingamerica.org/summer meals for help.
Oh, look, a redhead. Staring contest. You still got it. I know.
Come alive with the forest.
The dad was cute.
You were looking right at us.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Hi, welcome back. Everything weddings today. And so right now we're going to be talking about flowers, because for brides, choosing just the right flowers for your wedding can be time-consuming, budget-busting.
And it's important. So Jean Preciado is here with us with Majestic Design to talk about flowers, and maybe you can give us some special hints on how I can make my daughter's wedding a beautiful floral setting.
And it smells wonderful up here.
It does.
Real quick, let's talk about what some of these flowers are so we can educate some people. We know roses, of course.
I see sweet peas and ranunculus.
These are
hydrangeas and
Maybe we don't need
peonies,
to
my favorite.
talk about the flowers.
Roses and dahlias.
Right,
And
you got everything.
they're beautiful.
So when a bride is choosing a bouquet, when she comes to you and she's talking about, I want some kind of bouquet, what are some things that a bride needs to keep in mind?
Well, first thing is, if it's summer, like they need to think about the flowers that need water, that drink a lot of water, especially hydrangeas.
Oh, good to know.
So if they're gonna have, a photo shoot right before their wedding, some brides do that like an hour before their wedding, or maybe like a couple hours, and then it will last the
So
photo
there are
shoot
some
will last.
flowers that do better during certain times of the year.
Right.
So which flowers are really fragile that you want to stay away from in June?
In June, exactly.
Well, for sure hydrangea, because they only last out of water in 3 hours. After that, they will wilt fast.
Okay.
Roses, you can always have roses. They last.
And they're
long.
good year-round flower?
Right, they're all year round. Sweet pea, they won't really last long.
Okay.
Out of water.
And come in different colors, but smell this, just amazing.
Well, now we're talking about flowers and water. What are ways that the bride can preserve her flowers?
That's after.
Well, let's talk about like a table setting. People like to take the table settings with them home. How do you preserve those flowers so they don't just wilt the next day?
People fight over those.
Yes, they do.
Well, they need to change the water. Just change the water, and then they also use that flower food. It helps.
Okay,
for
the
people
flower
that-
food really
yeah.
helps. There's no trick like an
Or I've heard
aspirin
7-Up or
like that.
aspirin, right?
No,
Just the flower food.
Right.
7-Up,
and
I've
then we
never
cut
heard
the
that.
flowers for sure. We cut
Okay.
it.
I want to know, what is the craziest bouquet you've been asked to make?
Okay, the craziest bouquet is she wanted to have fruits and vegetables in her bridal bouquet.
Bananas, like Carmen Miranda type of thing?
Yeah,
So
she
she
wants.
didn't wear it in her head. She
Well, she wanted
rolled it or hold it
corporate.
in her
Yeah,
hand. Okay.
cabbage, kale, berries.
That had to have been a
Already
heavy bouquet.
It is heavy. I warned her. Are you sure you're okay with that? She's like, yes.
Okay. What we want to know before we let you go, Jean, we see just these beautiful flowers here, and we know that flowers can bust a budget. What portion of the bride's budget do you really recommend for brides?
Really, realistically, 8 to 10% only of their budget, because some bride they think that, oh, I really want to spend a lot, but not really. And I always work with their budget, so you don't really have to spend a lot, and we'll make it really nice.
Okay.
We overdid it, but we'll have nice flowers.
10% of the bride. Thank you
Next,
so much.
we
Jean.
have
Thank
the
you.
bridal gowns coming in the tuxedos a little later on.
But first, Jay Styles will show you brides how you can bring out more of that bridal glow with your makeup. And he's here live. In fact, we're going to cut to him now. He's working on his lovely model, and we're going to see more of his work. That's coming up next. Don't go away.
That's low. That's low. Seriously. Okay.
Thank you. You got a king?
Go fish. In your face, in your face.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
Mary, my wife doesn't wear a lot of makeup. I think
She's a natural beauty.
She is a natural beauty, but I'll never forget seeing her walk down the aisle for the first time. She looked beautiful. She had this glow about
Well,
her
and that's
that
why
I
you
really had
married her,
never.
because she took your breath away, right?
Absolutely, but she did wear a bit of makeup. So
but you want it to look natural. And so makeup artist Jay Stiles is here with us and his lovely assistant to show us some tricks of the trade and how to make us look naturally beautiful. So tell us what you're doing. Good morning.
So right now I'm really just kind of shaping and sculpting her face. We've done the basic, which is just foundation. And now I'm going in with a little bronzer just to help accentuate her natural face structure.
So right under the cheekbones here?
And you can see, go ahead and smile for me. So right underneath is where you would typically want to do any type of contouring to kind of lift the cheekbone a little bit.
Jay, do women, brides, and we're talking about brides, they really need a lot of makeup on their wedding day?
They typically don't need a lot of makeup. For a lot of women, for the typical women, it's more makeup than they're used to.
But it's a long day, so
It's a
how do
long
you get
day.
it to last all
That's a
day?
really
Doesn't
good
drip off
question.
you, right?
Absolutely.
When you're dancing
Or you're
at the
wearing a white
reception.
gown too,
Exactly.
so you've got makeup. You don't
Exactly.
want it to...
There are so many different types of makeup that you can use, but I would say that the most important thing is layering makeup. A lot of people think that if you want really good coverage that you have to use a really heavy product, but what I found is that if you layer sheer products, it looks more natural and then it lasts longer. Another really good thing is just...
Liquids or minerals
It's different depending on the skin type.
Do you do, now suppose a bride has a low cut gown. Are you going to make up the chest or you just stop here? Should brides concern themselves about parts of the body as well?
I would say that's going to be case by case. Typically, if you have the right foundation, texture, and color, you don't need to bring it down onto the décolleté. But some people do like that. The décolleté,
Yes.
fancy.
And trust
But
me,
some
you
people
want
do
that to
like
not be
that
wrinkly,
color or
too.
like a glow, so you might use like a shimmer powder here. It really is just
beautiful.
case by case,
Yeah,
but that's
no,
why it's really important to kind of grab a makeup artist early.
This is a taste question for you.
Yes.
A lot of women, lipstick is what I'm talking about. Now, do you want something that's going to really pop or a more natural type of lip color?
As a makeup artist doing weddings, I kind of work with the bride to kind of figure that out, and it really is going to depend on the time of wedding.
And her
So if it's
comfort
an
level.
evening wedding or a day wedding, you really want to kind of take that into account. Obviously, if it's an evening wedding, you can go a little bit more dramatic with the eyes and the lips. If it's a
Great.
day wedding, you typically want to do something a little bit more natural.
Let's check in a little bit, okay?
Yeah,
Thank
see
you.
how you finish
All right,
up.
that sounds
Thank
good. Lots coming up in the next half hour of CCN Sunrise, and the models are coming out on the catwalk.
And don't forget easy ideas, delicious ideas for your rehearsal dinner. That's coming up next after this break.
If you want to be a parent, it doesn't matter how you play, what you wear, how you dance, or even what direction life takes you. You just need to be there. You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care don't need perfection. They just need you.
A full life, measured in seats, starts with the right ones early on. Car crashes are a leading killer of children 1 to 13. Learn how to prevent deaths and injuries by using the right car seat for your child's age and size.
Hey, Hard, what's this? That's my resignation letter. You're resigning? Why? Because you're constantly ignoring me. You're half as active as you used to be, and you get stuff like this. You've been putting me under a lot of pressure lately. That's why I'm ready to quit. I forgot. I'll do better. Please, don't quit on me. Okay. But remember, it's not what you say. It's what you do.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you.
Let's go for a walk.
Uncontrolled high blood pressure could lead to a stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range before it's too late.
They're coming. Places, everybody.
Light check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Everything looks good on our end.
And lights.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
They said I couldn't dream. Called me a piece of trash and swore that's all I'd ever be. Said a bottle couldn't see the ocean. Give up. Go back to the dumpster. But I didn't listen. I made my way. And now, I am what I've always wanted to be.
It's time to wake up, San Gabriel Valley, with CCN Sunrise.
Hi, welcome back to our second half hour of CCN Sunrise. So glad you're with us. We're planning weddings today, and we've got the perfect honeymoon getaway coming up with Cheryl Ballman.
I would love to just get away regardless, right? and don't forget, we also have Little Lily's Kitchen. Chef Kevin Irvin is here, and he will go through some ideas for the rehearsal dinner.
Yes, but first, Mary, we've been promising everyone that we had a catwalk, a fashion show for both brides and grooms, and we're going to do that right now. So joining us are models from Friar Tuck's and Unique Bridal in Temple City.
So I think we're going to start with the gentleman, right?
The grooms always come out first.
All right.
So Ernie is our first model, and he's going to come out in a traditional look.
He's all set up.
This is a traditional tuxedo. And Majestic Design did the boutonnieres.
Yeah, the
So
fabulous
this is gray,
flowers.
a
I feel like we're
three-piece.
actually part of a wedding right now. So let me give that to you, and you can tell us a little
So
bit
Ernie,
more
tell
about
us a little bit about your outfit. This is a traditional look, three-piece. Is this something that most of the men that would come into Friar Tuck's, is this the look that is happening now in the trends?
Yes, this is a very popular look right now. This is our gray slim fit Michael Kors three-piece tuxedo. Very popular right now.
Now you have black shoes on, and my future son-in-law is wanting to wear brown shoes with his light gray tuxedo. Is that a fashion do or don't? Or
Yes,
is that...
no, that's very popular right now as
Okay.
well. That's more of a modern look, I'd say.
Okay.
Brown shoes with gray.
I would say so, more of a modern look. It's traditionally I see a lot of black people wearing, or excuse me, sorry, a lot of gentlemen wearing black shoes, but
So you're saying that black men don't wear this?
I get a mixture of everything right now.
Okay, well, let's take a look at a less traditional tux look. And so Josan is going to come out with, now I like this look.
I do too.
Yes, this is a very modern look
Kind of
right now.
reminds me of that 50s, early 60s, kind of
It
real
is throwback,
slick,
isn't it?
really nice look. Yeah, very fitted too, which is really nice.
That would be our navy
Josan, come back for a second so we can just, and what is this called again?
Our navy Lorenzo.
Navy Lorenzo. Go back to your mark. Now, at Friar Tuck's, this is all rental. You don't bring your own tie, and if you need shoes, I guess you can
rent the shoes as
You
well.
can rent the shoes as well?
Well, you have the option for purchase or for rental. We're definitely a little more popular on the rental side, but if you wanted to purchase this tuxedo, we do have it available for purchase.
Now, what do? You pick up your tuxedos the morning of the wedding, and it's not the right size, or something's not a good fit. What do you do?
That's happened to me.
Well, we have you guys pick up 2 days before the wedding. That way we can ensure we get the best fit for you. Now, if you do decide to pick up the day of the wedding, which we highly don't suggest, we're always willing to help you. We're going to do our best to make sure everything fits you guys perfect.
Okay, great.
And you're all over, so I guess if you have a
Yes.
destination wedding, you could possibly go into one of your other locations.
Well,
for a
we have
switch.
31 locations throughout Southern California, and then we have nationwide affiliates.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Ernie, thank you so much. I'm going to take this mic from you because now, and you and Josan can take off because we have the stars of the
Really,
of
the
the
women.
show
The
coming
women.
out.
It's really
The
about the
women,
girls, the
brides.
brides, exactly.
So Maya Lynn is first with a, I think this is going to be a less, come on out, an ivory gown.
Beautiful dress. Now it looks like
This looks a little
silk
throwback to me, too.
And it looks like it's, there's it's a jacquard print there on the fabric, right? And she has a tied bustle in the back, like a corset too. Very beautiful.
That's a beautiful gown.
Absolutely.
So Maya, come on over, and I think she's mic'd, so we can put this back.
Okay.
So, Mia, I'm sorry, I keep getting her, and I apologize. So tell us a little bit about this gown.
So this gown is more of a non-traditional gown. For a bride who want to have more fun, like for dancing.
For dancing?
Yeah, for more comfortable.
And I noticed too, my daughter wanted a real fitted dress all the way down, and you really sat down and talked through where are you going, what are you doing, what's the day going to be like, and when they said that she was going to be on the beach, they said you don't want something that tight, it's going to be too difficult to walk back and forth. Well, so they really helped with the style in selecting her dress too.
This is my question, and I know some women do this, because the wedding is one thing, and you want the long gown, a lot of women like to train, but then at the reception, people want to dance, they want to get loose, and all of that dress tends to get in the way. So would you recommend, or are there dresses that like have a piece that comes off and a shorter skirt where you can show your legs and move, or is there a second dress that you recommend?
I think bringing a second dress is always good, and shorter dress option will be good too, like you said.
Okay.
Nice. Well, we have another beautiful dress, and it's more of a ball gown dress, correct? And we have just an amazing dress, actually.
And this model's name is?
Simi.
Simi, so come on out, Simi. And with a beautiful bouquet, also by Majestic Design. Now this is a traditional dress with the train
gorgeous.
And glitter, and of course the veil.
Now, I'm just in shock. It's just amazing. It's just the beauty and the glitter in that. I've never seen such an amazing gown. What does something like this cost?
Around $1,000.
Really? $1,000? I don't think that's.
That seems very affordable.
It
although
does.
It,
I mean,
it's
relative. It's the picture that you're going to be in for the rest of your life. The picture that your children will remember you in, and wish that they were there at the wedding. And
now, are brides still going for the traditional look, or is there a move towards something a little less traditional? Like this is ivory, and this is very white, innocent, virginal, if you will. Is that still? That's the style?
Yes, I think so. It depends on the bride, basically.
And what are the girls doing as far as their veil? Would she normally have the one veil over her face down the aisle, or are women just not wearing the veil on the face?
I think with the veil on the face.
I love it. It's beautiful. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you.
You made it a very special wedding day.
Yes, and stick around, because
we're going to talk about
wedding,
honeymoons.
Couples
you
want
have
the perfect
to go
honeymoon.
To the best
Our own
destination.
Cheryl Bauman is here live in studio in the CCN Sunrise travel segment, and that's coming up next.
Every day across America, excess food is gathered by a network of good people at local food banks, giving hope to millions of children who struggle with hunger. They've earned their wings, and you can too. Together, we can solve child hunger. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
So, what is love? Love is being independent.
Love is dancing.
At Shriners Hospital for Children, love is a new smile.
At Shriners Hospitals for Children, love is caring for a child regardless of the family's ability to pay. Learn how you can send your love to the rescue at lovetotherescue.org.
Right, mi cariño. So like I said, everything I learned about cooking, I learned from Grandma's empanadas. Shall we go again?
Yep.
Mix beef with the onions with the peppers with the paprika with the garlic with the oregano with the cumin. Got it?
Got it.
Throw on the olives, stir, season, stir again, pour out the flour, roll out the dough, make a circle, drop in a fistful of filling, fold over, press down, and ta-da!
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes.
But 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush is easier, and it could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain.
Maybe he's really focused.
Hey, Michael. Michael. Maybe he likes spinning the wheels.
Maybe he just loves trucks.
Maybe he's just being a boy.
Preoccupation with objects is one early sign of autism. Learn the others today. The sooner it's diagnosed, the better.
Every day across America, excess food is gathered by a network of good people at local food banks, giving hope to millions of children who struggle with hunger. They've earned their wings, and you can too. Together, we can solve child hunger. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
If you drive buzzed, it could cost you around $10,000. You'll face major legal fees, major fines, and steep insurance penalties. You could lose everything. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
You know, couples looking for that perfect honeymoon getaway might consider using a travel agent to learn about the best locales available at the best prices.
And they know the places. So CCN's travel segment star Cheryl Bowman joins us now live with Ivan Lai, the owner of Cruise Planners. Hi Cheryl, how are you doing today?
Hi Mary, hi Joseph, thank you so much. Let's get to the most fun part of the whole wedding experience is the honeymoon.
Yeah.
Ivan.
Hi.
You have been doing this for 15 years and this is the romance question of the day.
Okay.
If you, knowing what you know, we're gonna plan a cruise or you were gonna plan a romantic destination for you and your wife, where would you go?
Well, if sky is the limit, definitely Tahiti.
Oh.
Yep. You know, when you wake up in the morning, you know, have a breakfast in your bed, and then stay out in the deck of the bungalow and look at the sea. It's really, really romantic.
It is the best,
Yep.
the absolute best. We are on the same page there.
Yep, I'm sure.
What are you seeing today in trends in honeymoons?
Well, I would say a lot of honeymooner is going on cruises right now.
Okay.
Yeah, and they are more specifically go to you know, beaches or you know like Caribbean island or Tahiti islands.
Okay.
Yeah.
If a couple is in the middle of planning a honeymoon, what would be the top 5 tips that you would give them?
Well, I would say first of all they have to plan ahead. You know, give themselves a lot of time.
Right.
You know, and then the second of all is the you know, talking to a travel agent because they know where and the price, and also the other things that might be have to look into it is the visa and the documentation requirements because in some of the places that you will need a visa to travel to go with.
Right.
And the other things that is the understanding the deposit and the payment schedule and the policy. This is very important.
Okay.
And the last thing is, you know, let everyone know you are on honeymoon. You never know.
Turn the cell phone off. Don't
Yep,
bother me.
exactly,
Okay.
exactly.
All right. What about if a couple is on a budget? What would be like the best advice you would give them for ultimate value and a great honeymoon?
Well, I would say in that case, you can go on a cruise to a Caribbean island.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, a 7-day Caribbean island cruise. Sometimes it costs only about less than $500.
Wow.
So it depends on the season.
Oh my
yeah.
goodness.
Yes, you can get some good deals.
You know, I was surprised to also hear not only do you do honeymoons, you do destination weddings. So when I looked at the photo gallery, there were places in Santorini. And
Correct.
Tell me about the destination weddings.
Well, destination wedding, you can have a wedding in basically most of the cruise port that the ship will dock, or actually you can have the wedding on the ship as well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, most of the ship they have the chapel
Nice.
on the ship, and actually the captain can be the honor person, to hold your wedding. Yes.
What would you say is the most romantic destination wedding that you've seen? Because I saw gardens and seaside. And
Yeah, I would say I saw one wedding on board the ship. Actually, the couple, they just finished the ceremony. They walk out to the ship on the sun deck, and everyone on the ship was cheering up and clapping their hand, and we are all so happy about it.
oh,
Yeah.
wonderful, wonderful. Well, the question of the day is, if any of our viewers are watching and they mentioned that they saw this honeymoon and what you do, is there anything that you could do special for them?
Well, as long as they mentioned they saw us on the CCN TV, and we will definitely give them a free bottle of champagne.
Wonderful, wonderful. And you not only do the cruises, you do land packages too.
Correct, yes,
Okay,
we do. Yeah.
all right, fantastic. Thank you so much, and that's great if the viewers watch
Thank you
and
for
they
having me.
mention you. Thank you so much, Ivan. And we're going to take a little break, and next up is going to be trends in rehearsal night for weddings.
Okay.
Don't look at me. Your hair's a bit frizzy today. Oh, you should pick that up. Oh, you're such a dork. Loser. Here, let me help you with that. Oops.
Every day, kids witness bullying.
Oh, look. Your crush is looking at you. Poor you.
They want to help, but don't know how.
See, no one here's gonna help you, because no one
Teach your
likes you.
kids how to be more than a bystander. Visit stopbullying.gov.
Cook foods to the right temperature using a food thermometer. 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
If you drive buzzed, it could cost you around $10,000. You'll face major legal fees, major fines, and steep insurance penalties. You could lose everything. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
You wouldn't let money just blow out of your house. So when your AC or heater is on, make sure the doors, windows, and fireplace flue are shut tight. If you're headed out, turn down the AC or lower the heat by 10 degrees. And always keep your water heater set at 120. A little bit of common sense goes a long way. Get more great tips at energysaver.gov.
Smells fantastic
Does.
here.
Look at
It
that.
smells
Wow.
fantastic.
We're ready to grow.
Few couples have it within their budget to throw 2 formal dinners. So a lot of couples are opting to have their rehearsal dinner at home, maybe even do a potluck. Well, we have Chef Kevin Irvin here with us from Little Lily's Kitchen, and he's going to give us some ideas here live, some things that we can do at home to throw a wonderful rehearsal dinner. So, Chef, let's jump right in.
Sure. What we've got is, what a lot of couples are doing now, like you said, is they're opting for some contrast to their wedding. So if they're doing a big, elaborate wedding dinner, they're opting to go for some contrast in their rehearsal dinner. So they're doing more casual, sometimes a smaller crowd, doing things
Just
like
its
barbecue.
family?
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. They're doing things
I
like
love
barbecue,
barbecue, yeah.
street food. This is a lot of what we're seeing come in are those down home family style meals.
Family style meals. So
we're-
tell us what
What
we have.
we've
here.
got is we're going to make tacos.
Great.
So we're going to do some updated, what I call new school street food. We're going to do 2 tacos. One of them is a pork banh mi taco.
Okay.
actually here.
Okay.
And the other one is a braised beef and brie cheese and pickled onion taco.
Yikes, wow.
He's speaking my language.
So,
let's get
if
this.
you guys want to get to work, I got a couple things for you.
All right.
I can have you slice some cheese. We'll be careful with the knives here.
Okay.
If you want to do it up here.
Sure,
You
right
can
here.
be trusted, right? With knives?
How about you?
Sometimes. It depends on the
Okay.
day.
What am I cutting over here?
Okay.
You are going to do some thin pieces of cucumber, and you can just cut me off like 3-4 pieces of brie.
So like little slices like
Yeah,
this?
something
Long
big enough for a
slices?
taco.
Okay. Oh, okay. So let's see.
so something
maybe
about-
like this, right?
About like that.
Okay. Well,
And then I'm going to shred some daikon.
okay, that's what that is. I thought it was cucumber at first. So
Daikon radish.
That's fine. Just set that
now
aside,
it's-
and we'll build some
Okay.
tacos.
Okay.
Once we get all prepped here. So really, this I think that the trends. It's hard to say a trend with rehearsal dinners, because what a lot of people are doing is just trying to get something that reflects the couple. I think often they get lost in a wedding, and the wedding becomes a wedding. And so it really doesn't reflect the couple's personality.
And we
always
want
so
it
accurately.
to be casual, or they
Yeah.
want it to be casual. It's not my wedding.
And
but
sometimes, you know, if
And you don't want to be in the kitchen the whole time.
Correct.
The family's there. You want to be able to talk and socialize.
I mean, we still do cater a lot of rehearsal dinners, and sometimes if the wedding is very casual, what they'll do for rehearsal dinner is they'll have just the immediate family, and they'll do something else for the guests that are traveling in from out of
you have
town
people-
that may not be
right.
able to be included.
Right.
But they'll do an elaborate 10-course sit-down meal for the bride, the groom, and the immediate family. And so it's really, again, it just provides a little contrast.
this is a neat little device. It
Thanks.
juliennes on one
It
side?
juliennes on one side,
Okay.
closes up, and it peels on the other.
It's like the old
Very
Ronco
Yeah,
things.
it slices, it dices. So it's a handy little gadget.
So we have our cucumber
Yeah,
here. I've
cucumber.
cut some of that up. We have daikon, radish, shredded carrots.
This is shredded carrot, daikon, green onion, and we're going to add to that some basil.
Okay, now is that like some kind of baby basil? It looks a little bit different.
It's
usual,
just a
or
regular
basil? Okay.
organic basil.
Okay.
And then what we're going to do is then the slaw here is dressed with a dressing of lime juice and sugar.
Okay.
So that's going to become the banh mi taco.
I want to ask you one question.
Yes,
These
sir.
are pickled onions here.
Yes, sir.
So let's tell people, is this a simple pickle here?
Very, very basic.
So
It
what's the
is-
recipe for if people want to just pickle some red
You're
onions
going to
very
take
quickly?
some cider vinegar in a pan. You're going to mix in some salt and some sugar. So if you do, say, 4 cups of cider vinegar, you're going to want about 3/4 of a cup of salt, 3/4 of a cup of sugar. So it's 1-to-1 on the salt and the sugar.
Okay.
Melt that in, bring it to a boil, and then just put that into sliced red onions.
You're very
You're a master at
professional
this.
at
It's like
that.
you've
I'm
done
so
this before.
impressed.
I went to culinary school. So
I'm
Oh, okay. You can never trust a man with a bow tie and a knife.
Or some
Yeah,
sweet pieces.
don't stand in front of me.
So what we're gonna do.
Well, what did
instead
you
of-
do with the pork?
Oh,
here?
the pork. Sorry.
Is this slow roasted? You just shred it
For the
there?
banh mi? It is slow roasted, actually in a pho stock. So it's a Vietnamese stock base that has a lot of star anise and cloves. So it gets in with the banh mi. What we're riffing on is that Vietnamese banh mi sandwich. So we want to bring in those scents and bring in those flavors.
Okay. Now, if you're at home, because I know
Yeah,
a lot
I was
of
gonna
home
say,
chefs
I'm
don't
not.
have
Now, where is
star
Little
anise
Lily's kitchen?
sitting
Where is
around.
I will not do that.
Okay.
I will tell
Little
you right
Lily's
now.
Kitchen
So
is
Little Lily's-
we're based up in Altadena. We service all of LA and Orange County.
Okay.
It's not our region is vast.
But we want to let people also
you
know.
could technically go to a Vietnamese restaurant and get some pho to go.
Fake
Or-
it and make it look good. That's what I
Or
say.
if you're just at home and you want, I'm sure you can make a
Put it
quick
in a-
rub, put it in
Yeah.
foil,
Put it in a covered dish.
Covered dish.
I did this 250 degrees
and
overnight.
add whatever spices you want. If you
Yep.
want it to
and then
reflect a more
you
barbecue
take it out
flavor.
of the container, you put it in here, you bring your guests over, you say, look what I
Look
made.
at what I did.
Oh, okay.
And the braised beef has got a Diablo mix that is tomato and chipotle,
So a little
little bit
spicy?
of ketchup, a little bit of sugar, so it should be kind of
Okay,
sweet
let's
and spicy.
get down to
So-
business here.
So these
move
are
these out of
what
the
they
way.
look like when they're assembled. And again,
Beautiful.
while we're talking about tacos, we should be talking about some updated, a little more artisanal. It's about the ingredients for the brie cheese. We're using a a triple cream brie.
Now wait, where is the brie?
So
Oh, it's on the bottom.
underneath there.
So you slice the brie, you put it on
Yep,
the bottom,
and you let it melt while the
So
tortillas are warming.
So you try that one, I'll try this one,
there you
and
go.
then we'll trade
Listen,
again.
I knew exactly which one I was going
Okay.
for.
And hopefully that should be
Mm-hmm.
fresh, nice, light. Again, not your standard, carne asada tacos.
And easy to make with a large group.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
You can pile them on a plate.
And you can make
nice
actually a taco bar
presentation.
so the guests can actually assemble it
great
themselves.
idea.
So it's a
Great
little
idea.
interactive.
I love this, the brie, that creaminess is a little bit sharp
And
from the
then
brie, and then it kind of
The
smooths
pickled
out
onions
yes.
kind of cut through it all.
This is very good. I have to finish because we
so
want
delicious.
This is why I keep my mouth free, so I can speak for you.
So what street are you on up there?
The only place that we're really out in public regularly is the Altadena Ale House on Wednesday nights, and that's on Fair Oaks, just above Woodbury. Great bar. Come down and see us and say
Chef
hi.
Kevin Irvin, thank you so much.
My pleasure.
That's it for now, folks. Just our wedding show. It was fantastic. We want to thank all of you. We want to thank our sponsors for supporting our show.
Special thanks to Jean Preciado and Majestic Design. And I think Jay Stiles did a great job with the makeup. Joycelyn Buria with Friar Tux. And also want to thank Maya from Unique Bridal for coming as well.
Absolutely.
And Ivan.
Ivan
I'm ready to go on a trip
and
regardless
cruise
of being on a honeymoon.
planners. And of course, Kevin Irvin, who was here live, and our friend Crystal Armstrong, Strong Events.
Absolutely.
We also want to thank our segment stars who were here. Cheryl Barman was here. It was a big, big show. Especially, we want to thank you out there for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. We'll see you next time.